Hey everyone, so this week isn't quite going to be your typical hiking video that I normally do out on the trails. I've had a lot of people asking online, on Facebook, some people ask me in person, how do you train for a long hike? One of those hikes that's, beyond 10 miles or even multi-day hikes, big mountains when you just have to grind your way through the hike. There are ways to prepare your body and your mind and your heart for those hikes that are just really difficult, that afterwards you feel like were one of those huge accomplishments in your life that you could say you did. A lot of people want to climb mountains like Mount LeConte in Smoky Mountains, or one of my favorites, of course, I talk about often, is Mount Katahdin in Maine, which for an average hiker is, a 13 or 14 hour hike. It's all day and part of the evening. So you really have to have endurance, you have to have strong body, and your heart has to be conditioned for that kind of thing, because if it's not and you try to do it, it will feel overwhelming. It will feel like you want to give up. Your body will give up on you. There was one hike when I first did Mount Katahdin, I thought I was trained for it, and my thighs just started spasming. I couldn't stop them. It took a pause of maybe almost an hour to just get my thighs to stop freaking out on me, because I didn't know what was going on. I eventually made it, but I wasn't in good shape. I had sprained my ankle. I had a huge swollen ankle. My body was just, I had a fever after that hike. It was so bad I wasn't conditioned. Through the years, doing various short hikes, long hikes, I've developed specific exercises that strengthen the parts of your body, strengthen your cardiovascular system, and also strengthen your mind to be ready for those really long hikes. So I'm going to go over that today with you. I think it's really important for people to do this ahead of time before doing those long hikes. You'll enjoy it more. It's not going to make it super easy. None of those large mountain hikes are anything I would call easy, even for people who are extremely in shape and athletic. It's a challenge. You want to be ready for that challenge. So I'm going to try to help you get ready for those challenges that you're planning in the future on your next vacation or your next long hike. So first thing I'm going to say, obviously, is, and I say this often, find a local trail near you that's a mountain climb. That's 90% of it is switchbacks up the mountain or just a grade up the mountain. Do that several times a week if you can fit it in your schedule, at least twice a week. For example, the Lone Oak to Buffalo Mountain that I made a video on, that I'll show a little clip here. That one is a grueling hike. It makes you sweat, it makes your heart pound, and find one like I did. Lone Oak has, at the end, has a beautiful view, so that's kind of a reward after or midway through your exercise routine. There's nothing like it, and if you can get that view in as well as the exercise in, it will just make your week better too, and over time your body will become so much stronger. So find a local hike. If the weather is permitting, use that as your training. Hiking a hill is the ultimate conditioning for the longer hill hikes, and when that becomes easier for you, find a bigger hill. If it rains, if the weather's not great, it's winter time, you just don't have anything around you like that, you don't have terrain around you where you can hike a mountain, there are exercises you can do in the gym or even anywhere. Each exercise I go over, I'm going to show you a clip either from my phone, so I apologize for the bad video quality, but I use the phone in the gym so to show you kind of what exercise equipment you need to use. So I apologize for the quality, but let's get into it. So the first thing I would say is the muscles you want to condition and strengthen for longer hikes is your core muscles. Obviously, you want your abs, lower back, hips, thighs, essentially everything that's in the middle of your body, down closest to your spine. All those core muscles, you just want those strong. Hamstrings, glutes, and there are specific exercises that focus on those, especially in the gym. The first thing to do, if you can't find a mountain near you, find a gym with a Stairmaster. A Stairmaster machine is the closest you're going to get to the difficulty level of mountain climbing. Most people can only do a Stairmaster for 15 minutes at the start. It's that hard. You're climbing, and you don't get a break like you do when you're doing a normal hike. On a mountain, you might have switchbacks and you get to have a little flat period. In a Stairmaster, you're just climbing non-stop, ultimate conditioning for your body. So that Stairmaster, find a Stairmaster, start doing it for the longest time you can. That would be probably 15 minutes if you haven't done it before, if you're not in shape. 30 minutes, you know, if you're in average shape, then keep going beyond. If you can do that for an hour, you're in really good shape. That focuses on your thighs, your calves, and your lower back. The three main, I would say the main muscles that really give you that strength when you're going on a long hike or a mountain climb. The next exercise in the gym is the treadmill. Treadmill doesn't make you lift your foot and push down, so you don't get as much thigh workout, but what you can do is most treadmills in the gym have a setting where you can lift the front up. So when I first got started, I did maybe a 3-inch lift on the front. At this point, I probably do, I think, around 6 inches, because it feels like you're climbing up a mountain. If you walk on a treadmill straight, flat, it takes longer for your heart rate to come up. It's not as hard. When you lift that front up, now you're doing a hill climb. And it's not as hard as the Stairmaster, but it makes it hard enough so that you can walk. You don't have to run to get your heart rate racing, but you do get a workout, and it's just walking, so it's easier on the joints. If you have bad knees, can't do the Stairmaster, do the treadmill and lift up the front, and it's not as hard on your knees. That's also thighs, calves, and lower back. Getting away from machines, there's a few exercises you can do. Now, the next one is back bends. Back bends you can use, I'll show you how at a campground I used a picnic table to do back bends. You just put your legs underneath the table. That kind of braces you from falling. You do have to manage getting your face kind of close to the dirt, which is annoying. If you have a high picnic table, it would be better. But ideally in the gym, they have these machines, these back bend machines that you put your calves under pads, and then you lower your head toward the ground. There's plenty of clearance, plenty of space, and it kind of tilts your body above perpendicular, so you don't have to, you have plenty of clearance for your head. Some tips on back bends: do not curl your back. Don't curve your back as you're going down to the ground. It's bad for your lower back. What you want to do is keep your back straight. As you lower it down, try to remember the kind of arch in your back. Try not to curve that area, and just keep it straight. Lower your head toward the ground, keeping your back straight, and then bring your body back up. Do not overextend either. A lot of people will try to go fast and they'll overextend, and you could sprain your lower back. You don't want to injure yourself while you're trying to strengthen your core. Fantastic exercise to strengthen your lower back. By the way, best exercise to alleviate lower back pain, I've found. And I've had lower back pain my whole life, but not since I've been doing back bends in that safe, straight back way. It's an excellent exercise for your core muscles. Next are bridges. This is also lower back, but it's also hamstrings and glutes. It's what you'll see a lot of women doing in the gym, actually, who want to focus on their backside or their thighs, kind of their hamstring area, tighten everything up there. It is perfect for hiking because the hamstrings come into play huge when you're mountain climbing. And so with the bridge, what you want to do is put your back on a bench and then put the bar kind of at your pelvis area, kind of on your thighs, with as much weight as you can you can lift your hips up. So you're basically pushing the weight up with your hips, and you want to imagine like you're pushing your feet down into the floor and you're lifting your pelvis up high. It looks funny. It is the most effective exercise for your hamstrings and your glute muscles, and it's one of the most effective ways to strengthen the areas of your thighs, of your legs, that you need when you're doing those hill climbs. Bridges are a fantastic exercise, just as good, if not better, than back bends. Also helps with lower back pain. Next exercise is probably the easiest one to do anywhere. You can jump out of bed and do this. Are planks. You can do them in your bedroom. You can do them in your bedroom on the floor. You can do them at work in the office. You pretty much just keep your body straight like a board. You hold your elbows with your hands in front of you, so you're down on your toes and your elbows. Those are the only things holding up your body. Keep your body literally straight like a plank, and just hold there for as long as you can, maybe 30 seconds. Get up to 60 seconds and you're doing well if you can do a full minute. I think a lot of training organizations that when they test in let's say police or military, a lot of them will, at least if a person can do a minimum of 2 minutes, that's a test of physical fitness, and that's not easy. 2-minute plank for someone who hasn't done planks is not an easy thing to do, but work your way up. That's perfect for abs and lower back. That is the prime core exercise for the body. Do planks whenever you can. It gets your heart rate up. It also strengthens your stomach and your lower back like you wouldn't believe. Fantastic exercise. The next exercise I want to cover for training for those long hikes are squats. A lot of people do squats in the gym, and there's a reason for it. You are working compound muscle groups of your legs. There's different ways to do it. You can hold a kettlebell weight at your chest level and just squat. Try to keep your knees bring your knees apart as you bend down, but keep your back straight and kind of your butt tucked in, your waist tucked in, so you're not bending forward and hurting your lower back. Either use a kettlebell. Some people will take a barbell with weights on it and put it on their shoulder. Don't put it on your neck, put it on your shoulders. I don't like doing it that way just because I like to protect my neck. So I use the kettlebell. You can get up to 25, 30, 40 pound kettlebells that will give you the kind of squats that you need to strengthen your thighs and your lower back like you wouldn't believe. Squats are a fantastic exercise, not only for training for long hikes, but also weight loss, just because you burn so many calories doing these. Do those regularly with planks, and you don't need equipment, you don't need a gym. Great workout. And the last exercise, of course, is sit-ups for your abs. When you're hiking downhill, especially, you're downhill or uphill, you have to maintain a healthy body posture that doesn't hurt your lower back. What comes into play there is your abs and your lower back. So sit-ups, put your hands either by the side of your head or behind your head. Keep your body straight though, don't tilt your head forward, keep your back straight. That's the trick with crunches. People think that they're bad for your lower back. They're actually not. If you do them wrong, they are. So you don't want to curl, just like back bends. You don't want to curl your back when you do these. You want to keep your back straight, the natural back position, and just bring your head up. You don't need to curl forward, just bring it up as you're doing your crunch. Hold for a second, lower your head back down. You come a little bit beyond halfway up, that's a good crunch. You want to feel it in your stomach muscles. You want to kind of tighten your stomach muscles as you come up. If you can do 20 of those in a sitting, that's fantastic. Rest for a little bit, do 20 more. After a while, you can do you'll be doing 3 sets of 20, and that'll really get your stomach muscles really worked hard. You'll be sweating, and it just feels really good. You'll feel the core of your body strengthening over time once you do that exercise, as well as all of these others. So those are the key exercises that I would say give you the best chance of conditioning your body for those really long hikes. If you find yourself, you've got a trip coming up to the Smoky Mountains, to the Rocky Mountains, to any place that you are climbing a mountain, or even multi-day distance hiking, this is how you get your body ready. This is how you get your body conditioned. This is how you get your heart elevated for long periods of time, especially on a treadmill or Stairmaster. Don't let yourself quit after 30 minutes. Don't go to the gym for 30 minutes. At first, you don't want to start too hard on yourself. Do it for 30 minutes. Get accustomed to it, but work your way up. If you let yourself stop at 30 minutes every time, and you do that for 6 months, you haven't conditioned your body to the next level. If you have, let's say, a 3-month period before your trip's coming up, give yourself a plan to escalate. Do 30 minutes on the treadmill after work 3 times a week, and then the next week make it 45 minutes, and then the next week make it 60 minutes, until maybe the last week, when you're right before your trip, you probably don't really want to exercise the week before your trip. You want to give yourself about a week to recover, but maybe the week before that, this is your last week of training, you should be in the gym working either one of those, several of these, doing a routine, keeping your heart elevated for an hour and a half. If you can hit 2 hours, that's fantastic, but it sounds like a lot. After a while, this will feel like meditation to you. It'll feel good. your body temperature will come up, you'll feel yourself sweating, and it's rejuvenating. It feels good when you get in that zone. When you're at that point, when it feels good, you're kind of looking forward to it. Afterwards, you just feel like you really worked your body, you feel refreshed, you feel rejuvenated. That's when you know you're ready for the hike. That's when you know you can go, that's when you know you can do it. Start early, give yourself months. If you have a trip coming up next summer, don't wait until 3 months before your trip to start working out and conditioning your body. Do these exercises I listed, start now. If you have a year, that's fantastic. You'll be in excellent shape for your trip. That hill, that mountain won't feel as impossible as it would if you didn't do this. Please don't attempt these long hikes like Katahdin, like in the Rockies, like some of the Smoky Mountain longer trails. Don't do it if you don't feel like your body is conditioned for it. You're just going to be in pain, you're going to injure yourself, you're not going to be ready. I've seen people fall on the trail because their muscle spasm in their leg, or they just slipped because their ankles weren't strong enough, their legs weren't strong enough to support them. Don't let yourself do that. Get yourself conditioned, ready. It's good for safety, and it's just good to enjoy your trip in general. If your body can handle it, you're not worried about how tired you are or how sore you are. You're enjoying the scenery, you're enjoying the mountain views, you're enjoying nature, and that's really what it's all about. So get started early. Hopefully these exercises do the trick for you. If you have any tips on exercises that you do to train for your hikes and all your adventures, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your ideas of good training exercises. Hopefully sometime I see you on the trail. If you do see me, please say hi. I love seeing other hikers, talking to other hikers on the trails. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Please subscribe. Just take a few seconds, click the button down below. I'm trying to bring the highest quality hiking videos to YouTube, and that means I'm going to show you maps, trail highlights, all the best views on the trail, any good picnic spots, any wildlife we see, all in 4K high quality video. And we'll see you on the next hike.